What's going on YouTube? It's your boy XL, and today we're going to change the oil in my SL550. This is a V8, so it's going to take a lot of oil. We're going to go ahead and drain it with my extractor and put some new oil in. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and remove the top cover here, which I've already got it a little bit loose, but it is connected with clips. If you see here, there's some clips in there. You want to kind of take it off gently, so that way we can get to this, and then we are going to extract the oil from back here by pumping it out with my extractor. All right, so I got my fuel extractor here. I went ahead and hooked it up, and I got the tube running all the way to where I took the dipstick, and then you put it all the way down till it hits the bottom here. All right, and then we're going to start pumping this, so that way we can start getting the oil out. And if you look here, here comes the oil. All right, next thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna kind of crack the fuel filter here. Put this tool on, fits right on top. All right, put that in there. Kind of loosen it up a little bit, because we're going to change out the filter at this part here, right here. All right, I came back to my pump here, my fuel extractor. If you can see, the oil is coming out. You're going to have to pump it a few times because there is oil in the vehicle, but after a while it needs more pressure. So you're just going to continue pumping, and then you can just let it sit while it, the oil fuel pumps out. All right, now as you can see, my fuel extractor is getting full. So what I'm going to go ahead and do in a couple seconds here is take the fuel and dump it into a oil pan, so that way I can continue to refill this oil. If there is more in the engine, it should be, because this vehicle takes about 9 quarts of oil. As you can see, it is filling up. So I'm getting ready to pull out the hose in a couple seconds here. All right, so the extractor was getting full of oil, so I went ahead and took it out and poured some into my oil pan here. Now I'm getting ready to hook the stem of the oil extractor back onto it, so that way I can pump a little bit more out there. All right, so it's been draining. As you can see, more oil came out. It's about 3 liters right there. And you're gonna know when you're towards the end, because when you see the oil kind of trickling out, see, you're gonna have to pump it again just to create some more pressure. And you will hear and also see the oil coming out. That means there's still some more in the bottom. If you get some pressure, you can relieve it by this button right here. You can hit this one here. This just kind of relieves pressure. Keep pumping it. Getting the last remainder bit out. Looks like we're almost there. Almost there. All right, now that we got majority of the oil out, I'm gonna still leave the extractor on there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the old filter from the engine, and then put on this man filter here. Remember, I opened it up earlier just to, release some pressure. So take the cap off, the tool, right. Here is the stick where you're gonna take out the, be careful with the oil, it'll drip everywhere. So you wanna go ahead and maybe underneath it when you pull it out, just use something like an old oil change towel that you use and hold it underneath so that way it's not dripping everywhere, and then clean up. So I'll be right back once I pull this out. All right, so there you go. I took it out, put it like on a plastic bag or something like that so I can remove the filter, change out the O-rings on it, plastic ones, and then I normally come in here and just kind of clean up. Okay, take out some of that old oil. Make sure she's nice and clean. Yeah, that looks better. So I'm gonna work on this for a little bit, and then I will go ahead and remove the O-rings off the old filter and install. All right, here's the new filter. I use MAN, and here's the O-ring. So what you're gonna do is take off this filter and then replace it, but you're also, before you do that, you have to pretty much take these off. There's more up here, kind of something like a screwdriver or something like that, and just kind of pry them off one by one, and then replace the filter before you put it back into the engine. All right, so I went ahead and changed out the O-rings. There was 3, 1, 2, 3. Here are the 3 that I removed. And I just wanted to add too, when you're waiting to change out the O-rings, make sure you put something over where the the oil filter, so that way no dust or dirt goes in there. So I just cover it like this here until I finish doing that job. I'm getting ready to put some oil in, but just wanted to show you that there's no more oil in the vehicle. You can go ahead and pump it a few times again, see if anything. I mean, you're gonna get some pretty much air, if you can see. You might get a little bit more coming out. But other than that, there's really nothing in the motor. All right, so I got the filter on. Just gonna drop it in here. Hand twist it on. Then put your cap on and lock it in. All right, so now the oil I'm gonna put back in there is the S550 oil by Liquid Moly. Very good oil, made for most German cars. BMW, MB got the approval, Volkswagen, Fiat, Ford. And the main thing is that you wanted to say 229.31 on there. MB approval, very good oil, made in Germany, so that's why I like the Liquid Moly. All right, once you put your 9 liters in there, you can go ahead and make sure you measure it first. Turn in your car, make sure there's no leaks. Make sure everything is tightened up where you loosen, tighten it back up. Then put your cap back on. Clean it up a little bit. All right, there you go. You're gonna go ahead and put your cover back on. Make sure you don't leave any tools around, any rags. And when you get inside the car, you can go ahead and reset the service interval. This is for Serviceb on the SL550. We're gonna go in there in a second and go ahead and reset the service interval for this vehicle. All right, so there you go. We changed the oil. I'm getting in the car now. Go ahead and crank it up. Turn it on. I need to change my battery. I'll probably make a video about that on my remote. Turn it up, drive it, let it sit, and then, you know, check the oil with a dipstick. Make sure you have enough oil. 9 liters. This is the 2007 S550. And I'm also going to reset this service light as well. I'm probably going to use my my machine to do that. There you go. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Holla at your boy.